What is a secret ingredient for healthy and sustainable change that your organization could be overlooking? Your long-term and most experienced employees. Does that surprise you? That's because there's a common belief that long-term employees, your most experienced employees, are more resistant to change than newer employees. Keep watching to hear why what you perceive as resistance to change is not, and how to engage those experienced long-term employees and their expertise to drive healthy and sustainable change in your organization. I'm often asked, what can we do to manage the resistance of our long-term employees? My response, like all of my responses to managing resistance, is not to manage it. Your long-term employees are not more or less resistant to change than your newer or less experienced employees. The belief that they or anyone in your organization is resistant to change will sabotage your change efforts. Let's talk first about why most leaders perceive their long-term employees as resistant to change and the impact of this misperception on your change efforts. Experience matters. Your employees' experience gives them the knowledge and skills to do their work. Your seasoned employees have learned what works, what doesn't. They know how to navigate the challenges in your organization. Their history with your organization has shaped their perspective, their understanding of the organization, and that enables them to respond quickly. Their experience, knowledge, and skills are an asset to your organization. However, that same experience has also shaped how they perceive and respond to change in your organization. If your organization has a history of failed change initiatives or changes that didn't stick, your employees learn from that experience, influencing their response to any future changes. Their experience with previous changes in your organization shapes their assumptions about the organization's capability to change and their thoughts and beliefs about change. It's like muscle memory. This history becomes embedded and creates a learned response. Your long-term employees aren't more resistant to change than your new or younger employees, but they may have learned to be wary of change based on your organization's history with change. Write in the comments section if you or have heard an experienced employee say something like, "We tried that before and it didn't work," or "It was a real disaster the last time we did something like that," or any variation of that statement. The problem is that too many organizations approach change in a way that teaches employees to fear change. And as a result, they defend the status quo. When you're working with a resistant mindset, that belief that people resist change, that leads you to misinterpret this learned response as resistance to change. The result is that your most experienced employees, those people that are in the best position to help your change initiative succeed, are labeled as resistant. All that experience, the experience you need for success, is lost, and you begin the cycle of toxic change. But it doesn't have to be that way. Here are 3 strategies that can help you prevent resistance to change, build readiness among your most experienced employees. First, let go of the belief that people resist change, particularly your long-term employees. Adopt the readiness mindset. My research looking at nurses' readiness for the electronic health record found that when readiness was factored in, age, education, and experience were irrelevant. Strategy number 2, acknowledge your history and understand the impact it is having. What have people learned to expect based on previous changes in your organization? For example, I hear from employees all the time who have experienced many large change initiatives launched with lots of fanfare, only to see them stalled, canceled, or just simply disappear. They have learned to keep their heads low and adopt an "I'll believe it when I see it" attitude. Strategy number 3, engage your most experienced employees in the change conversation. Ask them what's been done before, why it didn't work, and their experience with change. Through conversation, build readiness and engage them in the design and planning needed to ensure that those new activities and behaviors will be adopted. I remember more than one long-term employee stating up front in a change initiative, "I'm going to retire before adopting the proposed change," only to see them postpone their retirement to ensure the change success. And in another initiative, the employee became the super user and was training new and less experienced employees. Your experienced employees are one of your greatest assets during change. They can help you avoid the mistakes of past change failures, get those new behaviors embedded faster, and ensure the stickiness of your change so you get that return on investment. If you're struggling with what you perceive as resistance to change from any of your employees, reach out today. Let's have a conversation about the readiness mindset and transform your organization. That's it for now. I hope you found this video helpful. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.